last chance. No beating around the bush.
I don't know. I don't remember.
Blake Production.
What is happening? So I'm pumped to get into this video real quick, but before we do that, I just wanted to bring some awareness to men's mental health, and I'm showing support this month by doing a fundraiser on Movember's website by growing my mustache. So I'm doing it a little different this year. I'm starting off the hop with this greasy guy, absolutely gross, but it'll be here all month. Honestly, I don't mind it, but anyways, you could donate to the page, and donations don't have to be just in money. You could leave a nice friendly message, because for anyone out there who's going through some struggle, right, it's not just towards me. So just leave positive vibes on that page if you are going to leave any sort of donation. So we'll get into this video anyways. So here we have Defi, right? This stock I've been watching for a long time. Okay, and I wanted to break down what I saw from the very get-go to make me think, okay, I think it's time to get into this stock. And I think it's like a good learning lesson, not just for me, because I like to like really reiterate this stuff in my head and ingrain it and like memorize this stuff, so the next opportunity that comes up I could benefit from it. But also I feel like this could really help maybe someone else out there, so why not just go through it? So I'm going to use this cool little tool, the replay bar here on TradingView, and we're going to go all the way back here to late July. I just want to preface, I was in this stock way before, like in early this year. So early this year I got into this stock at around like $1 because my buddy found it, and I started to show some nice patterns, like this nice stair-stepping pattern. I got in and it popped off, but I ended up getting out around here because of all this, the bearish crypto news, and it wasn't breaking out of this triangle pattern that I seen in here. There was some sort of triangle pattern and it wasn't breaking out. So I got out, took some gains, and I watched this consolidate for a long time. Now, if you watch my videos, I probably say after like every stock, add this to your watch list or keep this on your watch list. I'm just saying that because I really do this. Like, I really keep this stuff on my watch list and I watch it, like literally, like I'll check it like once a day, likely. I'll keep things tiered on my watch list. I'll go through my watch list one of these days and show you guys how I break it down. But overall, I'm watching this downtrend and then I'm waiting for it to bottom. Now, it's hard to call bottoms on like names like this. All I know is that there's this massive downtrend here. So it's hard to like call a bottom. I'm just going to wait for the trend to change. That's the easiest thing for me to do. So what happens here is we see this big, massive volume candle come in, right? Now, when I see this, I'm thinking, could it be the bottom? A massive volume flush that goes right below the previous support. This should have acted as support, you would think, right? Because it would come across, but it broke below. So I'm thinking maybe this could be just a flush, right? We get an inside bar, which is a bullish signal, and then a small little hammer. Now this candle right here, right, sort of breaks over the trend line a little bit. Maybe not if you hold it like this, right? Depends how you draw it out. It just breaks right below the trend line. So now when we're looking at this, right, I'm starting to see this looks like it could potentially be a trend change, but I have to wait to see follow through. The way I trade, I like to wait for a little bit of confirmation. I've been starting to get a little bit better at finding the bottom, right, when it comes up, but I'm waiting for certain things to appear before I consider it like an official bottom, right? So I noticed that there's some volume coming in and there's a nice bounce off of this bottom, right? We have the inside bar, another inside bar, so a double inside bar on this big flush on big red volume. Keep in mind right here is like a big spike in red volume compared to the previous like 2-3 months, right? So just keep that in mind. Now we get a nice bounce of about from the very bottom, like if you got in, that's a 50% bounce right there. So right away, this is what got my interest. So I start watching the stock right here and I add it to like my developing plays. This is like my number 2 watch list where I'm thinking, all right, this is good. Keep this up here. So I'm watching it within the next few days and I see this happen right here on July 30th. That was the day I let it close out this day because I wanted to make sure, like, all right, like I want to make sure it closes at its highs. It fully engulfs. This is a bearish engulfing candlestick. This is telling you that it is buying out the previous 1, 2, 3, 4 days. That is a good signal. And it's on volume, right? Low bear volume and then a big push in bull volume. So this is the signal right here. I'm thinking on Monday, which was August 3rd, I want to get at least into this stock. I want to see, because automatically there's so many things going through my head. Like literally I was thinking this thing could, if this is the bottom, right? Because I'm thinking, all right, if this is the bottom and this crypto bull run is happening, because think about it, bottom of July, Bitcoin was already starting to perform really well, and so was Ethereum and stuff like that. So I'm thinking, okay, if this is the bottom, this could be a good play to catch. I'm around 83 cents here. The highs were at 320. It could go higher than that. And I'm thinking all of this stuff already, but I'm thinking, how am I going to play it? Like, I don't want to just go all in because it could not happen, right? How am I going to play this to my, like, where I'm going to feel comfortable with my risk? So I see this and I wait for Monday, and I get in on August 3rd at like 85 cents. I buy like 1,200 shares or something. So I get in and I'm waiting to see what happens. So this is just a starter. I'm not really in this huge because I'm a little bit wary to see, like, well, are we gonna fall out and just and go for like a double bottom here at 45 cents? Like, who knows what's gonna happen? So I wait, and this is what confirms it for me the next few days right here. So this massive volume candlestick told me right away, okay, this is going much higher. I am going to have to find a way on the first pullback it makes to get in majority of my position, like pretty much all of my position for what I'm comfortable with. You know what I mean? Whatever is good enough for me. As soon as I see this, I'm waiting for the pullback. So the next few days come by and I'm thinking, all right, it made highs of like almost 160. It made highs of 163. I'm thinking, damn, like I could have got way more shares at like 83 cents, but I'm thinking just wait for this pullback. So I wait till August 16th, I believe, was the next time I bought, which was over here. And I'm thinking with this here, okay, it's setting up a bull flag. I might not have my chance to buy this dip necessarily. So I'm just going to get in, and I got in at like $1.50 or something like that. And when I got in here, because this is a nice setup, I'm thinking, all right, if I get in here, I'll add more if it goes down lower, because this setup is golden. Like, look at this volume here. The bear volume is low. Look at all this big, somebody bought in that day. Somebody knew, right? Somebody with a lot of shares or a lot of money said, I'm going to buy up a lot of this stock. And that's what this big volume is. When you see sideways consolidation with low bear volume, that is usually bullish. So I'm thinking this is good. And then the next few days, we get a little bit of bearish action. And it was on August 20th, I believe, where I think it was August 20th. Yes, I think it was August 20th is when I confirmed, all right, this dip is pretty good. And it was, I think, at 142 or 143. I pretty much went my full rest of the size there. I think I bought another 2,100 shares or something like that. So this setup here is what showed me, all right, this is likely going to probably go to $3, but it could go higher depending on what the crypto space is doing, right? It really depends on what the crypto space is doing. So once I see this massive bull flag, I'm like, this is golden. Like, this is one of the best setups I've seen in a while. So I really liked it. I was proud of that setup. And I'm like, now all I have to do is wait, really. And then the next few days, it pretty much popped off. So it starts following this 8 EMA, which is really, I kind of really like that, right? That's pretty good. And then I'm thinking right here, it makes this big move up to 243, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, man, like it's only the beginning of September, and I'm thinking this is way too much too soon, in my opinion. We're getting a little too far extended from the 8 EMA, and already I'm thinking there's going to be a long period of consolidation, because we just went from pretty much the lows of 55 cents to the highs of 240. That's 340%. You know what I mean? Like, that's a huge trade if you got in from the very bottom. So if I got in from full size, like from that low, like I'd be absolutely laughing right now. You know what I mean? I would definitely be taking gains at this level. That's what I'm thinking. So I'm expecting there to be this long period of consolidation, which actually happens to play out, right? So this ends up playing out. And when I'm watching this here, right? I'm seeing this, and automatically as those days were happening, I'm watching this develop, this trend line here, creating another small little trend line consolidation. I thought it was going to break out over here because we were getting this level right here. When I zoom in, I remember thinking it might break out now, like over here like this, because we had that nice period of consolidation, but it wanted a little bit more. And it actually gave us a really good opportunity down here. It came all the way back to $1.23 for like, I think it was one morning. It was September 28th, one morning, and then it went all the way back up. This was another buy signal right here. I should have added more shares in this region. Now that I think back, if I had a little bit more capital, I should have added in that region. That's where I would have added again. But then the next few days, we blew up again, which was great. So we started going, and I'm thinking we need to break up over this $2 level. This $2 level is our resistance point right now, right? There's some sort of supply here. People are selling shares. Or something's holding us back from breaking up higher. So after we get this, remember, we get a big bullish push up, and then the next few days, just like here, big push up, but the next few days, it's not going to just go 500-600% if it's a good stock. Good stocks, well, in my opinion, good stocks perform well technically, and in my opinion, this is a good stock from a technical perspective. Like, it's given us so many signals. Like, all of these wicks from this wick is telling us something good. This here, all these wicks. When I see this happen, 2 hammers in a row, one that engulfs the other, come on, man. Like, that's launch mode. That's telling me it's launch mode. And then from here, we ride the 8 EMA, and we just continue higher. It's been a great trade so far. I added some more shares. I think it was the 26th of October at 290, just because it was shaping up a beautiful bull flag. Like, I couldn't not add more shares here. So I added a little bit more because this is a nice push. Beautiful sideways consolidation. We're holding the 8 EMA. So many bullish things of this stock, man. Crypto's going crazy, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and now here we are, right? Here we are now. This now is, there's a few different things I think could happen, right? We had this gap up. This big gap up might need to get filled. So I'm thinking I wouldn't be surprised if we potentially come down, hold that 8 EMA a little bit longer, come here, a little bit of consolidation, right? We just went up huge. And then go. I could see that happening, right? At the same time, this stock, it looks like it's consolidating very well, like from an hourly perspective, 2-hour perspective, right? Sideways, push up. We're in another box here, right? We're starting to create that box sideways. Maybe we're going to break out again. We might break out higher right now. So I'm thinking maybe this wants potentially $455, right? Like, when I run the Fibonacci extension from here, and I do just this fib, it says 520, 490, 445. You know, I'm liking that. I'm liking the odds of that happening. So I like this name. There's so many benefits for this because it's showing us this is the perfect example of what demand looks like in a stock. This is healthy demand. Now we could identify it and we can make money off of it in the future. There's going to be more opportunities like this. It's about being disciplined and like not giving away all your gains. You have to have some skin in the game. That's what I've learned over the last year. I definitely took a drawdown, but this trade has helped me out a lot. And that's why I feel completely all right with sharing it. I'm not going to be sharing all of my trades or like my yearly performance and shit like that. Like, I'm not going to be showing that stuff, but just because honestly, like, I feel like I've proved myself enough. Like, I've called out a bunch of stocks, you know, like I've been doing this. I'm keeping up on my own and I'm focused. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to focus on this stuff. I'm not trying to brag about how much money I'm making. I'm just showing this to you guys to prove like this is my examples of my trades. You know what I mean? I'm not just calling out a bunch of random stocks here. Like, I'm actually doing this. So that's the DeFi breakdown. Enjoy the rest of the week. It's Friday tomorrow, so enjoy the weekend. I'll probably post an update on the NCB Trades crypto ETF. It's a joke. I didn't make an actual ETF, but like it's just a bunch of different stocks that I'm watching. Sorry for the long video, but I hope you enjoyed. Cheers. Easy.